Well, hello, my child. I see you have maybe transformed. Shall we go deeper into the story and figure out where we might go from here? Watch out, they're coming. Ho ho ho.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hot Takes. Today we're reviewing our short film, Shadow in the Mirror. The way we came up with this short film was that we each wrote a script and then voted on which one we thought we should do, and the one we chose was Vanessa's, which is Shadow in the Mirror.
Shadow in the Mirror, it's about a woman who meets her fitfluencer idol, and she discovers her dark secret.
Dun, dun, dun.
There is nothing like one of my joy walks on a beautiful day. I am just out here doing my moves as if no one is watching.
Excuse me! Hi, sorry to interrupt. Oh my god.
I was really grateful that you guys went with my script, and yeah, it was really fun to just have the experience of shooting it. And of course, whenever you write something, seeing it come to life is super amazing. I loved watching that process unfold. My famous Elixir 2.0.
Ooh.
Let me know what you think.
So, Vanessa, how was it making our first film together?
Well, honestly, it was one of the best experiences I could have asked for. I think when we started this group, we just wanted to create stuff together. We've been friends for a long time, and all being in the business, we just really respected one another's work and wanted to create together. And there's nothing better than working on stuff with your friends, and it just made the experience all the more fun. And amazingly enough, we all work really well together, which is very lucky and a good thing.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
KJ, was there a particularly challenging part to this production?
Yeah, the hate room was something that we had to sort of build from scratch. We had to get really creative about a very particular location. And I think when I first read the script, I immediately thought that is something that we need to start working on right now. But it came together really nicely, I think, in the film, and just seeing it all come together was amazing.
It was very different to try to build that out in my garage, was where we set it up, in the storage room of my garage. And there were basically no walls, and we had to create a wall with foam board and set up foam boards around the space that had the hate room collages on them that we made ourselves because we didn't have a production designer.
I mean, yeah, it was really impressive that from the day that we voted on which script we were going to film to the day of shooting was all about a week. And within that time, we did create the set. It was really time consuming. It was a lot of fun. It was a little mentally challenging though, just the actual action of cutting out bodies and pasting them on boards.
The fact that we didn't have a production designer and we were all willing to contribute to making that room, and I mean, obviously everything else involved with the film, was really warming to see everybody kind of step up and put on all these different hats that we're not always used to wearing. So that was really, really fun to see everybody step up to the plate.
It's a really fun script, and it's a really fun arc because, you know, at the beginning of the story, we kind of think that's going to be maybe this quirky little comedy, and at the end, it's something completely different. You've got to keep your energy up. It's a long day. We shot this in one day, and you know, things happen, so it took us a little bit longer. We went over time just by a bit, but we got it all done, and you know, that takes a lot of energy. My character goes through this crazy experience, and she's got like hot flashes, and she's got to look sweaty, and I was like, Vanessa, I think we need to like make me look like I'm sweating. And so I think everyone really enjoyed like splashing water and putting Vaseline on me to just get the look to be just right over and over and over and over and over again.
I mean, we were all wearing so many hats in the shooting of this because we wanted to keep the crew pretty sparse. And, you know, that meant, you know, Shani and I both acting in the project and producing, and then, of course, KJ directing, Sarita first ADing. So we were all having to juggle a lot of different aspects, but it actually made the experience even nicer, I think, because just keeping the crew small, it allowed us to communicate really well with one another. But yeah, Shani, what was that like being both a producer and an actor on set?
It's challenging because as an actor, you want to just be in the moment. You don't want to have to think about anything else. You want to focus on, you know, the emotion and the intention you're trying to bring to the camera. But as a producer, you know, a good producer is somebody who's problem solving before there's even a problem. But also just being able to compartmentalize and just be able to like take that moment of like, okay, everything's good. He's about to call action. I gotta just focus on this one moment. But when you have a team that you trust, to like have your back and make sure that it's like, if I can't take care of this one thing, I know Sarita or KJ or Vanessa has got it. It just gives you the freedom to just get what you want.
Yeah, and I think that was what was the most fun for me, I think, as well as like being the writer, getting to work with KJ, talking with him about just like certain ideas that I had, or like not really knowing like how are we going to shoot this, but just being able to collaborate with you was awesome, just to like see, okay, like how do we think we're going to like make this scene work? In particular, when we shot in, we were shooting in 2 different areas. So our hallway scene was taking place in the house. And then we went inside a bedroom that was in our house, but then we were trying to cheat that to be our hate room. Can you tell us like a little more about what that was like and just building the shot list in general of like what you were seeing? And...
Yeah, we already kind of had a general idea of where we wanted to film when we wrote the scripts. So that made it a lot easier, being in a familiar place. So you start to already kind of tailor those shots to the location that you know. But yeah, there's was one scene in particular where we had to cheat one side of the room to be in the house, like you said, and another side of the room to be in the basement or the garage storage shed. So it was just a matter of like being really creative about stitching those 2 looks and where the camera is going to be placed. But I think we pulled it off nicely.
Yeah. You'll have to judge it for yourself.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you've noticed where that cut is in the film. Because it was quite a challenge.
Sarita, did you have like a favorite moment, or was there a particular moment in the day that you were like, oh, we've got something here?
It was definitely when we were doing our last shoot down in the hate room, and we were figuring out the lighting situation. And there was one moment when we switched the light so it would be pulsating, and we had the right effect on the mirror, and the lights were going, and the 2 of you were standing in front of the mirror, and I was looking on the monitor, and it just looked so beautiful.
The mirror effect also was something that we were a little bit challenged with. Like we had this distortion sticker. We wanted to try to do as much practically as we could, and with this like distortion sticker that we bought to go over top of the mirror, we had to finagle it a little bit to kind of get what we wanted. And even then it wasn't like maybe what we had originally envisioned, but the result was actually really different and creepy and cool in a whole new kind of way.
Yeah, I remember that because we spent a good 45 minutes, I think, just trying to figure out how to get that mirror to look how we wanted, and then there was that aha moment.
Yeah, I always find that's like the most rewarding part of the experience, you know, because like for one, it's like a big enough challenge just to like get everyone in one place, like to do this. And then when you get to have that experience, and I think like I'm so grateful that we've gotten to do this together, because like working together does allow us to have more freedom to create more films. And then once we're all on the day and working and having those moments where like little problems are being solved and having those little creative aha moments, like there's nothing better than that.
Shout out to the crew, by the way, who's not sitting on this couch for all the help, because we would not have been able to do it without you guys.
Please leave us comments about if there's any topics, questions you guys have, things you want to hear more about in our next review video, because, you know, we're going to make another film. We don't know what it is, don't ask. And then we'll make another review. So if there's anything in particular you want us to talk about, please like shout out, let us know.
Yeah, we love any kind of feedback. If you haven't already, also be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, Hot Takes Collective. And thank you guys again.
Thanks!
Thank you.
Three apple, take one more.
What's your
favorite body part?
Oh wait, you guys, that was my directing debut.